is up, guys? It's Adam, aka Marf, and this is Marfoogle News exclusive. I am here in Washington, where 6 folks have now passed. We're going to talk about that, and we're going to show you what's really going on here, because obviously you can't trust many others. So we will be right back right after this. All right. What is up, guys? So, on a serious note, I hope that everybody is happy right now. I hope that you guys are doing great, but honestly, I do not have good news to share with you. I am in the hot zone, or I guess some would call it that. I am in Washington, and in fact, right now, we had the first person perish in the U.S. from the bear virus, and we had 5 more on top of that. Now the number is either at 5 or 6 confirmations. Both, we have confirmations for 5 guaranteed, 6 possibly. Now, we have some information on that. Plus, I have the real deal, what's going on here. No matter what you think of this, and I want to get this way out there. I've been telling people for a month to get stuff, no matter what this is. If it is some sort of thing that it does not matter. If it comes to your town, it will get nuts. And here's what I have to say. First off, I've got Dex here. I'm gonna show you some videos of what is actually going on here, how crazy it's gotten. Obviously, Twitter, I've been posting a lot of videos of empty shelves, all this other stuff. On Saturday, I posted a video of Costco, and everybody was like, you didn't even go in to see if there was empty shelves. I did, but I wasn't going to go in there without masks and full gear. And you might be one of the people that's like, oh, you're so lame. In fact, in the very back of the store where there was no water, none, and I'm going to show you a video with the manager, 3 managers saying, oh no, we haven't had any since 10:30 in the morning. I'm going to show you that, and there was this guy back there, and he was just angry because he saw more than one person with a mask, and he was just like, out loud, one of these guys that's talking so loud that everybody can hear him. Oh, all these people are afraid of this stupid virus. It's all this and that. And I walked up to him and I basically said, do you have a family? He says, yeah. And I go, okay, well, this is who we're thinking about when we do this. At least I am. I'm thinking about my kids. I'm thinking about others, because this affects older folks, and apparently there was some information coming out that this was affecting kids really bad. So I don't know, but I'm not going to take a risk. Either way, I think that it's a kind of a dumb thing when you can prepare. It's not that hard to prepare. It's not that hard to block yourself, right? So I went back in, and obviously it was nuts in there. Some people commented left and right. They were like, this is a normal Saturday at Costco. No, it's not. And I got drone footage to prove that. Nobody waits 3 hours on a Saturday afternoon to get into Costco. Now it's on national news, and nobody trusts national news, so I'll just show you. It really is insane. There's no water. There's no sanitizer. There's no cleaners. There's no anything related to that. See, when I was walking in, there was this part where obviously there was a guy that I asked right off the bat. I said, hey, and I've already talked to 3 people at this point. I started to film, and they're all saying, oh, there's nothing in there. Well, I asked this guy who probably wasn't there, or one of these tough guys that's like, oh, I don't care. And I asked him, and he goes, oh yeah, there's tons of stuff in there, and there's only one way in and one way out. So everybody's like, there's empty shelves, but that guy says there's tons of stuff. It's Costco. Of course there's tons of stuff, but there was none of the stuff that you want, or at least none of the stuff that this huge line of people want. If you actually see this, this is drone footage that I took, and it was actually, it was crazy. There was helicopters everywhere, so I was careful to go up only when they were not there because helicopters were taking video of this as well. These cars are a good, probably almost a mile back. And then I actually take video later of across this bridge, across the river. Now, the longest portion of this was actually waiting across the river and 3 lights down. It literally had 1 or 2 cars get through a light, and it took us at least 2 hours to get across to this. And then we went into the first parking lot, which it was way, way back, and we parked there. And that was the same place that they had the Millionaires Club is what we call them, or I don't know if that's their official name. But there's essentially the guys that hang outside of Home Depot. Because again, this line of cars was out in front of Home Depot. This is the going away from the Costco, looking at the cars. You can see on the bridge that they are all the way back here. And this whole line that stopped, and these cars that are driving, they're going straight. All of the cars that are stopped, these are people waiting to get into Costco. That is not a normal frickin' Saturday. And then this light is the one that caused the most problems, this intersection. And then if you go to the left, all the way down, those are all people waiting to get into Costco. So no, it's not a normal Saturday. And then, yes, there's tons of stuff. Man, if you want a couch, you got it. In fact, if you want drapes or possibly, let's see, SD cards, yeah, they've got plenty. But as far as water, I'll show you clips. In fact, when I went in, they said they were out since 10:30 a.m. They got more shipments than that was out. I should have just waited. When they pulled out this thing, people acted like freaking mongrels when they, I don't know if I can say, they acted crazy when they saw this thing of toilet paper come out. And it was nuts. It was on. It was like, hey, people were fighting over toilet paper, which is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. But again, this is the situation. Now, some say, oh, well, this is unnecessary panic. It may be, but it's still going to happen when the first case hits your city, or when they say the first case hits your city. Now, this is where I talk to the employee right after the guy that says, yeah, there's tons of stuff. Of course, that guy waited 3 hours. So, and again, he goes, I hope we don't catch the virus. This employee ends up saying, we're out of sanitizer, we're out of water, we're out of this, we're out of that. I think we only have Arrowhead left. Of course, you can see the original video on my main channel of 150,000 subscribers, or actually, it's now 152,000 subscribers over on YouTube. That's where I put shorter edited videos. That's where I'm going to be putting this one here. And then, of course, this is us walking in. This is me talking to the gentleman. He says, oh, yep, we're out, whatever else. This is, again, there's going to be some more footage here from across the bridge. And it was just absolutely nuts. I mean, people were waiting this long for toilet paper that wasn't there. They were waiting this long for sanitizer that wasn't there. And then a lot of the canned foods and all that. So, and I'm going to go over why this is like this, and we're going to try to make it as quick as possible so we get you all of the newest information in the shortest amount of time. I'm not going to say anything that is, and again, this isn't fear-mongering. This is straight up fear. This is what it looks like. And unfortunately, when this hits, it's going to be the same way where you live. And here's the crazy part. Dex, wouldn't you say that some of this has hit Georgia, and then we've gotten videos sent to us from how many places? I mean,
oh yeah, absolutely. You know, it's happening everywhere. I've seen it. We've seen even our own Costco's here in Georgia are overly crowded, much more so than even what they would describe a holiday shopping period. It's significantly more than that. I went to my local Sam's Club just to see what was happening there. And on a Saturday night, which is always dead, the place was packed. There wasn't a line to get in, but it was packed for people trying to check out. And everything, all the staple stuff was gone. Like, it was obvious people were there buying panic food. They were buying, milk, eggs, bread, meat, pasta, canned foods, rice, beans, etc.
Now, with everything that's going on, obviously, I got comments left and right, and I just have to tell you, somebody commented, and no offense to you, especially if you watch my show, somebody said, well, I'm on Vancouver Island, and it's fine. And it said, this is where the attitude came in, because we don't feed into the fear. I thought it was so hilarious, because I've been on Vancouver Island, and I guarantee you, on an island especially, the first case hits there, every single store, and you don't have many on Vancouver Island, will be absolutely empty, and you'll have to drive to some Costco, and that same person will be like going, what the heck? The biggest mistake, and I replied with this, the biggest mistake to make is to think that where you live is different. I've said over the last 2 years many, many times, anytime something serious happens, they go, I can't believe it happened here. I cannot believe this would happen in a neighborhood like this. It always happens in a neighborhood like this. It's Murphy's Law. And I'll just tell you straight up, when this hits or when the first case hits, it's going to happen. Now, we have had in the entire United States the first perished person. Now, that kicked it into high gear. Then people just started going real off. We declared a state of emergency in the morning of that Saturday, and that's what really kicked this thing off. Now, the people that are going off and doing all this, they're not leaving anything. They're not leaving scraps. I took video. I'm going to show you this just so you guys know that I wasn't joking about the Costco thing. See, I didn't put it in that first video, so everybody's like, whew. I mean, there was like 50 comments saying, you didn't confirm if they were empty shelves. I did. I just didn't have the gears, and that was a live video. We got it out as soon as possible. So check this. In fact, news agencies were using my videos. Okay, so let's see here. Let me see if the sound works on this.
I'm trying to find bottled water.
They're out.
I'm wearing mask.
Completely?
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
that type of day.
Yeah.
Do you have any kinds?
No.
Or do you have bigger ones or smaller ones?
All we have back there is all we have.
I think we might have had the smart water, but I don't even know. I'm pretty sure there's nothing back there.
Perrier?
No.
Carrier, maybe. If we did, it would be in the last 2 miles of that.
I mean, I understand why it's nuts, but still, that's crazy. You guys have more in back?
No.
No, we would pull it forward if we did.
Okay.
Okay, just to confirm you heard that, this is a Costco, which has a lot.
Crazy. You guys have more in back?
No.
No, we would pull it
Why it's nuts, but still, that's crazy. You guys have more in back?
No.
No, we would pull it forward if we did.
I asked, do you guys have more in back? And I'm muffled because I've got all my gear on, and I probably look like a dip. Whatever, that's fine. She goes, no, if we did, we would pull it out. And again, this, then I have other videos. The lady says, we ran out at 10:30 a.m. I was there at sunset, understandable. 10:30 a.m. Everybody was talking about it. All of the cashiers were talking about it. There was only one cashier with a mask, and I ended up going through that line, of course, because I wanted to ask, do they judge you for this? And he says, I don't care. And you know what he said? My dad works for the government, so I'm not messing around. That tells me something right there. Again, I posted, this was the first day of the declaration. Now, you won't see Chunky or any of that. So it maybe, and here's another thing. If you're out in the country, if you're out in the boons or whatever, or if you're even outside the city, you can comment and say, oh, well, we still have stuff. Good, grab it, because people like me are going to be driving out there to get it. I tell you what, you will have it for right now, or you probably don't. This is 2-3 days later after this happened, and then that was, again, before we had 5 more perish. Again, I don't want to say too much, but in the last couple days, my daughter's school closed. So this is scary. This is hitting close to home. This is hitting way too close to home. So yes, you can say all day, oh, it's nothing. It's this, it's that, it's the common this. Okay. But when it hits right next to you and when it hits schools right around everywhere else, I'm sorry, but I think your attitude might change. At least the part in the brain in your back that says, maybe we should think about it. I don't know. When it personally affects you, I guess it's a little bit different. Now, I'm not trying to make anybody afraid. I am trying to honestly and give you guys the facts. This is what happens. So regardless of the real situation, whatever it may be, The people are going to react to these newscasts and to the things that are going out on the MSM, and they're going to do this. What's even crazier is most of those casts are not showing all of the things. They're not showing you the stuff from the other country. See, some, people said, there's those videos. How do we know that they're not, staged or something? There's like 150,000 videos. There's a video on BitChute, which actually I just talked to Ben and Rob from Edge of Wonder. They were going to come on today, but both of our schedules were messed up, and I didn't get back to them. That's my fault. Sorry, guys. But Ben and Rob even put this video, 45-minute compilation of all of the videos is over on BitChute, which is crazy. 45 minutes just straight. And that's literally 1% of the stuff that's coming out. So again, let me tell you, if you do research, and I know somebody who has not done research, who has not seen hundreds and hundreds of video like we do, because we go down these rabbit holes, I can tell somebody when they comment, oh, then this is that or this is that. I get why you're saying that. We've been lied to so much, we don't know what's real. But again, once you see all of it, you're like, there's no chance that the entire world is coordinating on this. Italy, all of these different countries, all of them are coordinating on this at the same time. I think no one wants this. They're in either denial or they don't want it to be true. So they are fighting tooth and nail to go, this is fake. Because this is the big bad wolf actually knocking at our door. That's my opinion, and I've stuck to it this entire time, and it keeps getting worse. I have not changed my view. I've not said, well, maybe it's just, no. So with that being said, this is Sam's Club in Georgia. This is a video that, this is the video that Dex took.
Wow, look at that. Meat shelves are empty.
Las Vegas, everywhere.
Here. You can see the water is clearing out. And there you go. Disinfecting wipes completely gone. Clorox is right out here in front for everybody, and it's getting hammered. Now it is interesting to see that the Corona is actually selling. I heard a lot of people said that their brand was taking a hit. So milk, obviously not completely wiped, but milk and egg.
By the way, that's so normally if you go into a place like this, these are pallets on top of pallets on top of pallets on top of pallets, and they're usually up to the red bar, obviously because they load these up. So
have taken a huge hit.
And this is not in a place where they're big, where there's
been a hit on the rice.
A ton of cases.
Some of the rice is still here. Other rice has been hitting really hard. That whole area should have been filled with those dry black beans and pinto beans. By the bag, they're gone. You can see on the veggies, the green beans have gone down, and the corn is a lot lower. So you can also see the pasta sauce has been hit pretty hard. Empty sections here where pallets would normally be. And that's salsa, so apparently nobody's getting salsa. We have 2 sections of complete ramen. All the ramen is gone here. The sign there is isopropyl alcohol, which is gone, and just a very little bit of peroxide left. And the nitrile gloves are getting hit too up there on the top. These are the lines. We definitely had them on the inside, even though we didn't have them on the outside. So kind of crowded here today.
So again, is this any crazier than a Saturday or whatever? I don't know which day this was, Dex, but again, this is
that's not that was those lines was what we would see at the holidays, like packed. It was, and this was late at night on a Saturday. It should have been empty. It was like closing time. It was like an hour before closing time.
And this is the thing that this is specific stuff. Yeah, they've got a ton of stuff, but it's not the stuff that most of these people are there for. Almost every time you see a cart, it's got toilet paper or whatever. Toilet paper and things like this ran out the first. Why? Because there were stories all over the internet that people were literally stealing trucks for TP. I mean, this is what really happens. So
my favorite cart, I wish I had a picture of it, because the guy, I was just walking through the door as he was coming out and I had my camera ready. He had a case of Corona, 2 or 3 cases of water, and a couple cases of bleach. It was the funniest look. I almost wanted to tell him to stop and let me take a picture of that cart.
I'm telling you, this is crazy, and we have a huge update. So we have spent a lot of time. Dex has spent a lot of time programming this into our website. We actually have a whole tab up at the top If you go here, you can see that we have all of our videos, all of our updates. In fact, this is the Target shelves of the isopropyl. The reason why people are getting that isopropyl is because they can make sanitizer with it and do other stuff, and it's that 70% alcohol. That is what is gone. So these people out in the country saying, oh yeah, we still have stuff. Grab it, because people are going to drive, and I'm telling you, I know people that are literally driving hours to do it. Other people are telling me you need to leave the state. We have our cabin, and it would definitely be a good spot. We have no internet, no nothing there, no phones. You have to drive 3-4 miles just to get a phone reception. So I'm not there yet, because we go out with our gear now. But I'm telling you, the thing is that this is going to cause, if it really is taken seriously, and trust me, the president is going to make sure that he doesn't get blamed for something, or that he didn't take it as serious as he should have, right? They're already saying that. They're already saying that this is a problem of the, the government, this and that. So they're going to take serious measures. Now, some people are talking about FEMA. Now, of course, we're going to cover that in some of our updates. We're going to talk about that. I have somebody who's at FEMA, a liaison between the military and FEMA. And here's the thing. Everything is on a hush-hush right now. So I can get some stuff. I don't know how much of it I'm going to put out, but it's going to be on the alert system. To sign up for our alerts, you need to go to the top. Discord and alerts, we're going to send out an email. Now, there's a lot of crazy stuff going on. Obviously, so that is kind of what was actually happening. That was now 2 days ago. Now schools are shutting down. Over 45 schools are doing a cycle. They're going to clean. They're going to disinfect. They're going to do all this stuff, including my daughter's school. All of the schools here are closing down one at a time, and they're going through. They're disinfecting. They're Cloroxing. They're doing whatever they're doing. In fact, I talked to the assistant principal today, and they said we're going by, CDC guidelines. So, big deal there. And again, now I personally know somebody who has now been quarantined. So this is a big deal. And who knows? Maybe later, when this is all over with, I can talk to him. So the thing is with this, I know that there's a lot of different opinions on this, but it is very much so going to affect the way that we live. Just like we said 2 weeks ago when they actually told us, they said this is going to affect your day-to-day life. And it is definitely doing so. More testing sheds lights on how virus is spreading in U.S. Now, I can't go far into this, so I'm going to tell you guys all of these articles. You can follow along, or you can read them later on our website. You can go to marfugelnews.com, and you can check out all of this. So can you explain how they've changed this, Dex?
Well, yeah. Now what we've got is, I guess as we see more testing coming out, we're starting to see more. A lot of people were questioning the fact that there's been a large ramp up of cases, especially there in Washington, right? And is the question been that they've actually been there and we just didn't know about it because we weren't testing, or now that we're testing, we're actually seeing what was there? And is that the case around the nation? Would be sort of the obvious question to ask. So I think that's one of the things, and we've also seen that some of the numbers on the tests have been started to not necessarily disappear, but just not be reported anymore.
And here's the thing, we've seen on Twitter, Indiana is actually doing this program where you can voluntarily go in and get tested. I tweeted out, I said, yeah, come on in, get tested, stay. We got you for dinner. If you're positive, we know what that means. Now it says that my state, of course, this one, Washington State, announces 3 new gone, and that brings it to 5. They say there was a 6th. Here's the thing, though. What was crazy is just days before they said that a postal worker, somebody who sorted packages, I said mailman at first, and I corrected that on Twitter because that's what I heard. And then they said, no. Oh, it's much better than that. It's a package sorter. How is that better? If it really did, just hypothetically lived on surfaces for 9 days, that guy's going to be touching a lot of packages. Never saying that again. CDC officials have been dispatched to the Life Care Center of Kirkland after 2 confirmed cases of CV, 50 residents and staff displaying symptoms. Now, so as far as the rate, the M rate of this, right? They said it was under 2%, and everybody is saying that this is, not even as bad as the regular flu. Sorry to say, but now that it's come out of this eastern area, all of a sudden we're seeing the real numbers. So what was our rate, right, of how many people had it compared to how many people perished? What was that rate again?
In Washington, I've seen it. Some people are claiming it's 33, which is really high.
1 in 3.
But I think that's.
But of course, we don't know that if that's right, because obviously there's all, they said that basically some people were walking around for weeks and they said unchecked. So spreading it all over, apparently. This is what they say, right? And then in Italy, they say that rate is about the same. So confirmed and whatever. There was a lot of talk about how the numbers might have been held back over there. We were seeing all these videos of course, people just on the ground. There were things lined up against the streets and videos of people driving down or riding their bicycle down, and all these bags just in open along street corners and on streets and in alcoves, and the entire city was ghost. So they locked down 760 million people, and just to put it into perspective one more time for you, that is literally more than twice the population of the entire United States of America. That is every little nook and cranny of the United States, every little town you've ever drove through, every little town you visited, every big city that you've gone to, all on lockdown over there. Then it went and it hit all these different countries and they didn't take it serious, whatever, who knows. However it happened, when it hits your city, things are going to start disappearing off the shelves. So we've told you for a month now, please, all you have to do, and what if you run out of food for a month just because of the fear of it, right? What if that happens? And then you don't, or you can't get stuff for a month. And no, you haven't gotten anything, you're not sick, but yet you still can't get food. That's all we're saying. We're not saying, go sell your house and go move out to the woods. No. This nursing facility, I would say the one thing, the good positive thing, and this is not positive, and I'm praying for the families of these people. We know people that this is people. This is in my city. This is crazy. So there's people connected by Facebook to family members, all these people. There's multiple people connected, but I'm saying we at least know one person directly. As far as family members knowing people on Facebook, my aunt, I believe, knows somebody. And then we have my cousin directly went to school with somebody who is now on lockdown. So with this was a life care center. It was a nursing home. So maybe explain why the number is so big is if it was all there and these people had pre-existing conditions. They were older. One of the persons was 90. So, that's not great. I am very, very, very sorry for this person, these people. But again, that might be kind of a good thing as far as, there's no good thing about it. But they say that it is the worst for the elderly. That's why if you have family of elderly, you're local. If you are in Seattle, Oregon, or California, you might just want to minimize any kind of contact with your older siblings or your older family. This
Adam,
was
on that nursing home. I heard just recently they've now isolated 14 firefighters, I should say,
that responded to it.
That responded there, and maybe they responded before, but they went in. They didn't have masks on. They didn't have anything. So now they're all under isolation, as they call it.
And now it says that this has prompted a dozen schools in Washington state to close others way options. Now, at least 45 are on a cycle. How it was explained to me by the assistant principal is that they're going by the guidelines set by the Center of prevention. And they are going to clean it, and they said that their janitorial staff is working all the time now, and they're just cleaning. They're just busy bees cleaning the whole schools all the time, including when they're there. What is even crazier is my daughter said that people have started wearing masks. The kids have started wearing masks. And I said, I just never saw 13 or 14-year-olds right when they're in that zone of like, I care what I look like wearing it, but their parents are physically making them. One kid, the science teacher at that, told them that they should take it off. And they said, that's not going to help you. And I thought that was just super lame, especially if the parents are saying you have to wear this. That's parents' ground. A kid should be able to wear a mask if it's not like, some sort of skull and crossbones mask just to be a prick. I'm talking about, if their family has decided that they're going to wear masks, that should be their right. It should be any of our rights. Now, it says new cases in Western Washington. So now all these people that just a few days ago were saying, oh, there's nothing out here, watch their stores. I just saw H. Koss, one of the old Fugel fam. She used to help me. She just posted, and she said she's surrounded by it. In fact, shoot, I might even pull up her video. New CV cases, of course, Washington are likely doubling every 6 days, Fred Hutch says. So it doesn't matter what the real case is. If Fred Hutch is saying it, people are going to listen. So that means it's going to be a big deal, and these stores are only going to get lighter. Second U.S. confirmed. Now it's up to 5. It says as it accelerates across America. So again, these are all of the main things. You can go and read this. This one I'm going to let you guys hit, unless, do you have a way, the 19 risks, and of course I'm talking about C19, doing the math. Can you explain this without getting us obliterated or knocked off?
Yeah, I don't know if I can. I think this is best for people to go look at. There's a lot of good analysis in here about what the numbers are going to mean and what the numbers could mean, and looking at population and following the curve of how these things play out. So yeah, let's not go there. Let's let the family go take a look.
Obviously, we've seen the charts and graphs. This doesn't even have the numbers on it. It's grayed out. But I will tell you this. This is what all of them look like. And yes, you can go ahead and think, oh, this is all some, just ploy. The thing is that I think part of it is that the president said something about a hoax, right? And he was saying, and if you actually see the context, I'm seeing a ton of people on Twitter take it out of context and saying that this is a hoax. He was saying that the other side was saying that his response wasn't good enough and that that's a hoax. That he said his response was amazing and it's the reason why we have very few cases. That's what he was calling a hoax. He's not saying that the actual thing is. Obviously, people are even comparing it to all the stuff with Russia, everything. They're comparing it directly. You can't. If you see the actual quote, if you see it, you'll see that he's not saying that this is. Not saying it isn't. But again, the results and the effects of this are real. It says, panic buying sends Dow to best point gain ever on hopes of intervention. I just saw a comment. Somebody said, oh, the Dow is doing great. This is manipulation. This is lying. I don't blame you for saying that. I get it. Yes, and survivalist companies are doing better than they've ever done before. Mask companies are doing amazing right now. Sanitizer companies, cleaner companies, I'm sure there's a bunch of those big companies that are going up. Regardless of that, the way that people actually act is how this is, and it is nuts. Also, when you think about some of the stuff that goes into the math of how the economy works, it's kind of sad. I mean, like, this is going to profit some of the people that, some think actually might have done it. Again, the updates on here, all of the tweets, everything that we have compiled is here. If I actually retweeted most of this stuff, I probably wouldn't be on Twitter anymore. These are all loaded on here. We've got tons of videos. Again, we've done this for a month now, and we've compiled hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of videos, and these are just some of the ones that, stick around. Some of the other ones, we look back at a post, 5 days ago, and half of the Twitter videos are gone. That's not okay. So, with that being said, there's a couple ways that you can help support us, one of which is EMP Shield. This is something that we have talked about for over a year now, and it is something that we actually have inside information on. I would just highly suggest that even if you don't go through us, go through somebody else, go through one of our friends, go through a smaller channel, doesn't matter. You should have one. As far as everything that's going on right now, we have no idea who did it, who originated it, whatever happened. Obviously, I've talked about these kind of things. For the people that know, that have watched me for 2 years, know exactly what is going on. So as far as EMP protection, it blocks against E1, E2, and E3 phases of an EMP, and it blocks against a coronal mass ejection. What it does is it actually grounds the signal before it's able to fry your devices, fry your car, fry your generator, fry your solar system. If you have a bug out spot, how are you going to get there without a car? And if you have things to power, if they're fried, what good are they? And if you don't have a generator to power them, what good is it? So again, these are the two best ones. Again, if you plan on bugging out and an EMP happens, you'll be screwed. You have one of these. These are actually used by DoD, by the Homeland Security, and now EMP Shield is actually officially on the DEMSO team protecting the Texas grid. So it's 100% American made, and it is veteran owned. You can go to marfugelnews.com/EMP to support not only myself, Dex, and our channel and broadcasts like this, but you can also protect yourself against this. So I thank you guys that have supported us. Obviously, right now we are pretty nervous because I am in the zone. If this does get worse, the good thing is well, you guys will have a reporter in the lockdown zone, but that's what people really think. And even if it was what people think it is, will that stop a lockdown situation? Who knows? Again, that's marfugelnews.com/EMP. And if you want to protect yourself during these times, which people are going to take advantage of these times, don't open random links, don't open emails. I would highly suggest getting NordVPN. You can actually place yourself somewhere else. You can go to marfugelnews.com/VPN, and you can actually protect yourself against all of the cyber hacking and all of that kind of stuff. You can place yourself somewhere else. You can hide your IP from the bad guys, and it works. You only have to do one account, and it covers 6 devices. So your PC, your laptop, your kids' phones, your kids' tablets, all of that. So nobody can, get to you. Again, once they have your IP address, you're pretty much screwed, and they can get in and do a lot of damage. And especially if you've spent your whole life building your credit score, it's probably dumb to lose it in one flash. And then again, this helps us. We've been completely transparent. This helps us do our show and helps us grow. So we really appreciate all of you guys who have stuck with us through all of this. This will be going over to YouTube. Again, we are doing a lot of stuff. We are shooting for global partner over on this platform. We hope that we get accepted, because I see a big part of this. We are waiting to bring over a ton of creators. We've got our creators group. We want to do a massive event with them. So it's going to be really fun. As far as chat, everybody there, I do want to make sure that I'll get to you guys. Let's see here. And I want to make sure that we end up doing our normal stuff over here as well. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I just have to stress that no matter what this is, if it comes to your city, if all of a sudden you see that there's a case, it's going to make a big difference if you have your stuff already. I cannot stress that enough. As far as what is going on is not fun. This is Target. I do have one more video to show you. Now let's see here. I even cracked a joke in this that literally the NT, that was another surprising one that I saw that I was pretty amazed by. tea was out. The only tea that was left was essentially the decaf tea. And I thought that was pretty weird. Let's see here. And it looks like, again, 3.5 thousand. Thank you guys for following me everywhere. We've got Phil Billy from YouTube, Flawless Minion. We've got Cold Cracker, Jay Millie. Thank you guys. Let's see. Top contributors, Pat Leading Fox, Willamette Mom, Bella, but PDO007, BJ Blake. Thank you guys. I appreciate each and every one of you. I really do. And thank you all of the other supporters. I know Dano, Cold Cracker, Jumpmaster, Estafo, Mike 1968, Crazy Taco, Solar Power. You guys are all awesome. Jesse Lynn, you guys, thank you. Again, it's getting really, really scary for myself and my family. Only because of the situation that we ourselves have put ourselves in. The people panicking and going and buying everything. What is stupid about this is you don't need 40 bottles of isopropyl. That leaves nobody else with isopropyl. The one thing I would recommend is get an actual amount that you could possibly use. You don't need 8 years supply of isopropyl for a 2-week lockdown. This is the stupidest thing I've seen. And if you've done it yourself, no offense to you, but please leave stuff for other people, especially people who work in fields where they're talking to people every single day, or servers, or these people that are going and now it's out. I saw people with whole shopping carts full of supplies that I'm like, you do not need that much. It almost looked like they were buying it to resell it. And if you're a reseller that's gouging, F you, dude, or woman, whoever's doing it. The equal rights here. You are a D. So thank you guys. Much love goes out to all of you. I really hope that you guys all stay safe. Appreciate you. Baker Babe, thank you so much. Have a good night, guys. Please get in our Discord. Just to clarify, too, you can go to marfugelnews.com to get an invite to our Discord to get our alerts. Our alerts go out. We have over 400 active and retired military folks in our group, and they are feeding us as much as they can, and it is not all good. With Discord, I would definitely recommend the state groups. As I've said before, not meet in person. There's voice groups that are already set up in there, but again, I do suggest Skype for face-to-face meetings. You guys, I would still highly recommend you guys get together by face-to-face. Just do it on Skype for the next couple weeks, at least until we know more. All right, thank you guys. Much love. Be safe. Be prepared. And Marf out.
You want to know what's going on? What's really going on when it happens? Go to marfugelnews.com and get Marfugel alerts along with a Discord invitation where you can find your local state group and get together with the Fugel fam. You'll find fast friends where you'll share prep and intel, and there's even special groups for former and current military. But don't try and steal the valor of those who have really served. It won't go well for you. The Marfugel fam is waiting for you.